Hey everyone, welcome to Quick Break Games, where we cover all the latest in the LEGO video game series created by TT Games, and it is May the 4th, so we got some LEGO Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga news, as a lot of people predicted. And so the main thing that we got is this big cover art image, which I'm sure you guys have seen everywhere. This is what the front cover of the game is going to look like when you buy the game at the store. And it looks pretty sweet. So we're going to be going over that in a second. But there was also a bunch of little tidbits of news. So the main thing was that image, but we also got a little bit of some articles coming out and just other bits of news. So I'm going to be covering that as well. So basically this video is going to cover every single thing that we got about LEGO Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga here on May 4th from TT Games and WB Games. So yeah, we've had 5 months of silence, but we're finally getting some news here. So first, how about we go over that brand new cover art image. So there's like several different variations, so I'm going to just try to cycle through these as I'm talking here of all the different variations of this new cover, because there's like a zoomed in version, there's like a version that's literally just the game cover art, what it's going to look like when you buy the game, then there's like an extra wide version, then there's like a version that leans over to the left a little bit, and the extra wide you can see a little bit more stuff. So I'm going to go through all the different variations of it. There's like 3 or 4 different ones, but yeah, so you can see Darth Vader there prominently in the middle, as he should be, and then we got Luke Skywalker right below that from Episode 6. And then you got Rey right below that, but she's got the yellow lightsaber, so that's like at the very end of Episode 9 Rey, so that's pretty cool. And you got Finn there, who has a new hairstyle. You got BB-8, and you got Chewbacca, and you got Kylo Ren there. So a lot of sequel trilogy stuff kind of represented in the bottom middle of the image. Then on the left side of the image, we got a whole bunch of prequel era stuff. So it looks like Geonosis there with a whole bunch of battle droids. And you can see Obi-Wan Kenobi from Episode 2. He's kind of got the longer hair. Again, it's a different hairstyle than he had in the original LEGO Star Wars game, just because a lot of the LEGOs, like in real life, have all new hairstyles that didn't exist back in like the mid-2000s when the original LEGO Star Wars games came out. And then you got Yoda there, the new version of Yoda, which we've seen in some images from E3 last year. We got the new version of, or the Episode 2 version, I should say, of C-3PO there, kind of small in the background, R2-D2. You got a bunch of clone troopers there and some droids. Up above, actually, you can see Mustafar, which is kind of cool, and I think you can see Padme's like silver ship there, which is kind of cool. And moving on the right side of the image, this is kind of the representing the original trilogy, Episodes 4, 5, and 6. So you can see a whole bunch of stormtroopers, snow troopers on the right side. This is on Hoth, it looks like, and above we have the Death Star. And we got some TIE fighters and the Millennium Falcon, some X-Wings there a little bit. They're pretty small. And then in the trench there, we got Princess Leia, and it looks like Han Solo. Han Solo's got like a brand new hairstyle that definitely wasn't in the original games. Then you got a whole bunch of Rebels there as well, and some AT-ATs. So very cool image. I really like this box art. So let me know what you think of this box art. I really like it. I think it does a good job of representing all the trilogies. You can see some of the new character models of what the characters are going to look like now. Again, they all pretty much have new hairstyles except for Luke. He's still got his original kind of standard LEGO hairstyle. And the only thing I would change about this is I would probably put Anakin somewhere. Now, I know Anakin is Darth Vader, but I think they could have put Anakin like in the middle next to Luke Skywalker or something. I think that would have made more sense. Or maybe have like Rey, Luke, and Anakin like all in the middle, because they're kind of the main characters of each Star Wars trilogy. I don't know. I would just put Anakin somewhere more prominently in there. But overall, I like this image, and this is kind of the main piece of news that we got here. But now, let's go over some of the articles and some of the additional information that TT Games has given us. Okay, so a link to all the articles and tweets and things that I'm going to be talking about here on this extra information section are all going to be in the description. So if you want to read any of this stuff for yourself, you can do that. And the first thing I'm going to go over is this "We Were Always Going to Go Big" article on StarWars.com. This is about the game inside LEGO Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga. And this mostly is like an interview from the people at StarWars.com, and then they're interviewing 2 people from TT Games. I believe it's Jonathan Smith, who is the head of production and strategic director at TT Games, and then Craig Derrick, a managing producer at Lucasfilm Games. So I guess Craig Derrick doesn't actually work for TT Games, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, so basically they're kind of interviewing them, and there's not really too much information here, to be honest. Like, they just kind of talk about how they're excited and how this is the biggest LEGO game of all time and how it's going to include all 9 movies, all stuff that we already knew. And like in some of the articles linking to this, like they were talking about like, look, you can see the cover art and new screenshots, but the screenshots included here are all the same ones from E3. Like, I feel like they could have just thrown in a few new screenshots, but the main new piece of information here that I found was they talk about the characters, and Craig Derrick actually confirms that there's going to be nearly 500 characters in this game, with many of them playable. So when they say nearly 500, actually not all of them are playable characters, which is kind of odd because I thought pretty much every little minifigure that you see in the game would be playable. So maybe there's some like random background characters. If you remember, like in the original Lego Star Wars, if you played like the Jedi battle mission on Geonosis, there's a bunch of Jedi in the background doing things, and you couldn't actually play as those. So maybe that's what they're talking about for the nearly 500, but many of them are playable and some of them aren't. So maybe that's kind of what they're saying there. I'm not sure. But yeah, they are including a ton of characters here, and they also confirmed some background characters like Yaddle, who was I actually didn't even know about this character. I guess I've seen her in the background, but she's like the female Yoda species that's on the Jedi Council in the prequel movies. So she's confirmed to be playable, which is cool. And they also talk a little bit about the Episode 8 and Episode 9, because those are the only Star Wars movies that haven't been represented in a Lego game yet, The Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker. So they talk about The Last Jedi. They say we have these iconic lightsaber moments, such as the throne room with Rey and Kylo Ren fighting Praetorian guards and the epic confrontation between Master Luke Skywalker and Kylo Ren later in the film. So they talk about there's going to be some humor there. They say, I think we succeeded in one subtle moment, in particular during the Luke and Kylo fight that I find so funny yet totally in character that I laugh out loud every time I see it. So there's going to be some sort of funny scene there when I guess it's the ghost version of Luke Skywalker is fighting Kylo Ren on Crate. So that's pretty cool. And then they talk about Episode 9, and they got the Emperor returning. But other than that, they really did not give that much new information in this article. The main piece was that there's going to be nearly 500 characters, and I believe the complete saga had like 160 or something like that. So this is going to be like about triple the amount of characters that we had in the complete saga. So it's going to be pretty crazy. And this doesn't even include potential DLC, which isn't confirmed right now, but we know there's going to be DLC for this game. Alright, so the next piece of news comes from TT Games' website. So on a side note, TT Games today decided to completely revamp their website. If you've been there before, it was pretty dated, and it didn't seem like it had been updated in a long time. Like, I don't even think there was like new games on there that they've been creating. So they completely redesigned their website. It looks a lot more modern now. And so the link to this will be in the description as well. And they got an article about the key art reveal. They call it the key art or the box art reveal. And they say, Happy Star Wars Day to celebrate May the 4th and all things Star Wars. We want to share with you the official key art for LEGO Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga, our upcoming title featuring all 9 Skywalker Saga films in one brand new game. And they talk about how it's going to have all the all 3 trilogies in there. And they confirm characters like Luke Skywalker, Princess Leia, Rey, Finn, BB-8, and a legion of other heroes, or return to the dark side as Darth Vader, Kylo Ren, and more. So they talk about from the Ranmark start to the Clone Wars and the Battle of Geonosis to manning an Alliance snowspeeder at the Battle of Hoth to take on the Imperial's treacherous ground forces. Generations of Star Wars lore and fandom will collide in LEGO Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga. Now the last piece here is the most important. It says, LEGO Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga is set to release later this year, which of course we already knew. And it says, and more information on the game will come this summer. So that's kind of big news there. So everyone's kind of wondering when we're actually going to get gameplay and where's the release date for the game. I kind of wish they would have just given us a release date right now, because that's like, I kind of want that more than gameplay, because if we get the release date, then we can kind of know when to expect gameplay. So yeah, information will come in the summer. I think when they say in the summer, I think it's not going to be that far off. I think it's going to be June at the latest, but of course we have the Summer Game Fest event coming up. I also have a video on that, so check that video out where I talk about the upcoming events that this game could possibly appear at this summer. And we got the Xbox Series X event coming up here on Thursday this week, on May the 7th. So there's lots of different potential events that we could be getting this game in. So yeah, news will be coming later this summer, so there's not going to be another 5-month gap of no news, I should say. So the next news is probably going to come within a month or two, so it's not going to be that far off. Then one last little piece of news I want to put in here is a tweet from Jack Chapman, who is a game designer at TT Games, and he says, it's not much, but it's something. For those of you who are patiently waiting for more news, it is coming. We only ask you wait a little while longer. Expect more information this summer. May the 4th be with you. So there he confirms that it's not going to be much longer. Then he replies to somebody in the comments as well. He says, info, details, and all your wireless dreams are on the way. Just a little more patience. So yeah, we don't have much longer. It's not going to be another 5-month wait for news. It's probably going to be like less than a month wait, to be honest with you. So any new information that we get about the game, of course, we're going to cover here on the channel. But yeah, that's pretty much all the news that we got from today. I think that's everything. If I missed something, please let me know in the comments and I can make a follow-up video or something covering that. But yeah, the main piece of news here was the front cover of the game, and it looks really good. You can see some of the characters and what the new character models look like. And the game's looking pretty good. So let me know what you think about this game. Are you excited? When do you think the game's coming? So I'm really doubting it's definitely not coming on June 26th. I've been saying June 26th for the longest time, and I don't think it's coming then, because if it was coming then, we would have gotten a release date today, and they would have said June 26th. But the fact that they're not telling us the release date yet means it's not coming in June. So I say at the earliest, it's probably coming in August, because we also have that Mandalorian Lego set, which includes a code. I also have a video on that you guys can check out. But that Lego set kind of confirms that the game's coming either before September or around September. So I don't really know when this game's coming out as of right now. I think maybe late August, early September timeframe is what my prediction is right now, because I don't want to release it too far away from that Lego set because it includes a code for the game, and I don't think they would release a code when the game that the code goes for is not out yet, so I don't think that would make a lot of sense. But yeah, overall, I'm pretty excited about this game. I'm pretty satisfied with that box art. Again, I wish they would have just given us a release date and put the pre-orders up for all the special editions and stuff that's inevitably going to come out. But you know what? I'll take what I can get here. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of all the news today. Like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to be notified right when the newest LEGO Star Wars news and everything LEGO games from TT Games. We're going to be covering everything here on this channel. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys next time.